Hi everyone, welcome to Amy's Book Cafe. I recently did a video in which basically I reacted to one-star reviews of some of my favorite books, and like I said, I was going to do a second part to it, and I decided to do it only for books which I have read in this particular year, like the books that I read in 2024 and loved. I'm going to be reading one-star reviews of those books. So let's dive right in. The first book that we are gonna look at is one-star reviews for is Weather, and this one will have some really solid one-star reviews because it's that kind of a book. Like I think I was mentioning it in the last video as well, that I tend to enjoy books which are just writing, and this is that kind of a book. So, and those kinds of books generally get some really good one-star reviews. I don't mind that it was seemingly a stream of consciousness type writing, but there was no point to the story. Yeah, it was a stream of consciousness uh, type of writing. I did not like all the small random paragraphs and felt there was no plot. Good thing is it was short. Whether or not, definitely choose the not. They have written the WEATHER, whether. Is there someone whose eyeballs you would like to stick pins in but you have restrained yourself? Buy them this book and fulfill your fantasy. Time to immediately forget about this entire book. Great. Not my type of book. It was so disjointed, and half the time I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. It felt like a hodgepodge of observations. I kind of agree. I mean, it is disjointed, and you don't exactly know what is going on. Boo boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Unless this book is an elaborate reverse psychology psychop to make people less insufferable, it's a no from me. Okay. Boring as hell, nothing happens, and not in an artistic way either. Wants to be deep and thoughtful, but is actually completely inscrutable and says nothing. Okay. Then there are some TNF, TNF, TNF. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, which is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. So I found one that says YA now stands for Yawns Anonymous, and I have never been more tempted to join a support group. Not suitable for young readers. Okay. Hey ChatGPT, write me a book specifically for the hypersexual underage teenagers on TikTok that is a Queen's Gambit knockoff but with 75% more Gen Z slang, and F-bomb every third paragraph, and 100% cringe. Also, fuck editing. Publish it immediately. Sure, it's a little mean, but okay. You are telling me this girl hasn't played chess in years but magically wins a tournament. Make that make sense. Oh, this one says, I cheered when the book ended. Well, I cheer when the book ends, whether I liked it or not, because a book has ended. The next one is Almost Surely Dead by Amina Akhtar. Now, this is another one that I really hope doesn't have racist one-star reviews. You know, like I was saying, racist or plain just like ignorant or whatever. This one says, the story had so many words that I had no idea what they meant in other language, which I don't speak or understand. That's not on the author, that's on you. There is a glossary that the author provided. This one says, I started off enjoying this book and then it quickly spiraled to state of weird and so unrealistic. I was rolling my eyes. I really hope you don't read fantasy. I mean, this is a book which is supernatural and it's horror, and uh, kind of knew that it's gonna have those elements, but I agree with the only part of this review that I kind of agree with is that yes, it does get a little weird, and that's why I kind of love it. Like the horror part, I wasn't expecting it to go the way it went, but I loved the way it went. I didn't buy the podcast idea and jumping back to childhood. The podcast idea in this one, I feel that the author clearly was making like fun of the true crime podcast thing, and it wasn't. It was basically critique of that, and not. Uh, they were not meant to solve the case. The podcasters were not meant to solve the case. There is this one review which says, "A weirdest book I have ever read. Would not recommend it unless you are weird." Apparently, I'm weird. But I'm okay being weird, so sure. The next one is "Say You Will Be Mine" by Nana Kumar. This was the first romance of 2024, like the 2024 release that I actually liked. I was having a really bad romance book year before this one. Paint by number story filled with every tired cliche in the 1970 romance book. So the thing is, this one surprisingly has only 54 one-star ratings for a book with like 7,000 ratings. It's less than 1%, and there are only 15 reviews, one-star reviews. So we don't have anything. Let's move on to the next one, which is "Savor It" by Tara Do It. This one also has just 88 one-star ratings and 37 reviews. Let's hope there is something good in these 37 one-star reviews. All of these reviews are mostly like people saying that they DNF'd it. So, yeah, almost all of these are that they DNF'd it. There is this one review which is basically complaining about the adult content in this book. I mean, it's an adult romance. And they obviously do not enjoy it, and it was relentless in this one. So they say that Do It ultimately could have written this book. Chef shows up in a small town, adult activities. Girl next door is quirky and owns a bunch of animals, adult activities. She makes some pun jokes and he makes fun of the hallmarky town, adult activities. Small town people are weird and meddling, adult activities, adult activities, adult activities, adult activities. List some good food, adult activities 4 times. Insert annoying dramatic teen, adult activities, the end. Sure. If you're looking for hallmark in a book, you have quite literally found it with all the fixings, including but not limited to small town, bakery, chef, boy, 150-year town festival, and so much more. But alas, I am a hallmark hater first, so this was not for me. I think one of the reasons that I liked this book as compared to a lot of other small town romances is that it doesn't glamorize small towns. It does talk about, especially our main, the chef. He had some really terrible experience living in a small town, and we do get that perspective as well. So I kind of actually liked the fact that this was a more balanced view of the small town rather than the overly glamorized one that we do tend to get in Hallmark movies and in a lot of small town romance books. I don't even smoke, and this one made me need a cigarette. Okay, I hope you didn't smoke. The next one that we have is The Familiar by Lee Bardugo. This one will, let's see how many one-star reviews this one has. I really loved it, and a lot of people that I follow and are my friends also loved it. It has 52,000 ratings and 617 are one-star ratings. So yeah, it does have quite a significant number of one-star ratings. I mean, it's not a lot, it's only one person, but yeah. Once upon a time, Lee Bardugo was among my favorite authors. Then one day, The Familiar found its way into my hands. Count me as the unfamiliar. You are telling me the same author wrote the Grishaverse? The same author who wrote Six of Crows and Rule of Worlds wrote this? If I had just read the first line, I would have definitely questioned this particular review, but yeah, Six of Crows and Rule of Wolves were solid books, but I don't think that the original series was that good. I did not like it. What the hell? I have a habit of not DNFing books, but every now and then a story appears that seriously tests my resolve. Drier than a cat's tongue and boring as F. How the hell can you make the Spanish Inquisition period this boring? I don't know why I keep trying. She peaked with Six of Crows. Sure. This book makes me question if Six of Crows had a ghostwriter, and that is not a good thing to make readers question. I mean, sure, I think that some of these people, they obviously are not comparing it in that sense to Six of Crows, but I'm wondering if a lot of people came to this one from Six of Crows expecting a YA heist type of a fantasy, or like something that was a very different tone. I think this one had a very different tone. They are vastly different from each other, and if someone asked me that if recommend me a book, I like Six of Crows and recommend me a book, this is not a book that I would recommend. I think if you pick up anything by Lee Bardugo and you enjoyed it, you cannot pick up other stuff expecting to like it. Everything that this author has done, like Ninth House, totally different. Grishaverse, different. Even Grisha Six of Crows was a huge improvement on the original trilogy. So yeah, if you are thinking of picking this one up because you like Six of Crows, I wouldn't recommend it. I think this is very different, and I don't know which book that I can tell you that it's like that, but yeah, it's very different. So don't pick this one up if you think are thinking of picking it up simply because you like Six of Crows. So at some point while I was recording the video, the mic basically ran out of battery. And right now I don't know if this phone is actually capturing anything, but I'm hoping that it is, because I'm not using the microphone at this point, and obviously I have lost some footage at least, and I just wanted to finish A Girl Like Her, but obviously it didn't capture when I started, when I probably read the first couple of reviews for A Girl Like Her. But let's do a couple of good ones that I found. One of them says, this book left out a big portion and skipped directly to the end. If I'm gonna pay money, I need the important information to not be left out. Fear. Reading this is like trudging through mud. The writing style is just not for me. Sometimes if you don't have anything nice to say, it's better to not say anything at all. Like, are you saying that I am not saying anything at all because I don't have anything nice to say about the book, or the author didn't have anything nice to say? I hope it's not that. I loved the Brown Sisters series and wanted more Talia Hibbert, but I couldn't get into this one. I think a lot of people have actually gone into these books post Brown Sisters, and Brown Sisters is much better. I agree with that part. Anyway, that's it. I will do another version. I have a lot of books left which I loved this year, for which I want to look at the 1-star reviews. But yeah, it's fun, and thank you so much for watching. I am seriously sorry about this entire mess. I hope to see you next week with another video, and if you have reached till here, let's leave the microphone emoji for my microphone, never ending microphone problems. Please like, share